In this video, I'm going to give you my overall review and opinion on the 2025 base model Hyundai Tucson. I'm going to use some of my personal vehicles and some of the recent vehicles I've tested as comparison. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll go ahead and check out the outside, work our way into the interior, and then we'll talk about the engine and drivetrain, and then take it on a little drive. Now, just looking at the outside of this vehicle, you can tell right away that this is a very modern car. If you see this driving down the road, you probably think to yourself, that's at least a 2024 or 2025. If you look at the body lines, it's got real sharp lines. If you look at the wheels, it's got a really modern look and feel to it. Now, even though this is a base model, you can't really tell from the outside. It looks like a high-end SUV. Now, just looking at the outside of this vehicle, the only other car that this really reminds me of is maybe a Toyota RAV4. It has a similarity to it, but you can definitely tell this is not a Toyota RAV4. It just kind of reminds me of one. If I'm trying to think of what this car kind of looks like, it's just a Toyota RAV4, gives you a little bit of that vibe. So with the hatch open, you can see that this has a large cargo area. With the seats up in their position they have right now, you're looking at about 41 cubic feet of storage. Now it's a 60-40 split rear seat, and those rear seats do fold down, giving you a little over 80 cubic feet of storage. Now this is quite a bit of storage for this small of a car. Now, even being a base model, this does have a power lift gate, and it also has the smart touch-free lift gate as well, so you don't have to touch anything to lift it. To close it up, all you gotta do is hit this button, and it'll automatically close. The one thing I personally like about this car, being I'm 6'4", 220 pounds, is it's easy to get in and out of. If you see the door opening positions, they open really wide, so it's easy to get in and out of. There's other cars that I've tested where the doors don't open as far, and you do have to kind of squeeze in, but this is an exception. The doors open nice and wide. It is very easy to get into, even as a larger guy. Rear seating area, the Tucson has 41 inches of rear legroom, and that's actually a little bit higher than most other models in its class. And it also has 39.5 inches of rear headroom. So being 6'4", I actually fit pretty good in the back seat. Now, front passenger area, it does have a little more legroom than the driver's seat. For some reason, the passenger side front seat does go back about 2 more inches than the driver's seat does. So if you do have a extra tall person, they can easily fit in the passenger side. And also for passenger side storage, there's this nice shelf right here. As you can see, my phone and wallet is on there, and there's still plenty of space for more stuff. Passenger side also has storage in the interior door to hold a water bottle and other things. The glove compartment also provides plenty of storage. As you can see, my phone and wallet in there, and there's plenty of storage for other stuff. Owner's manual or receipts, different things like that can easily fit in there. Now we're at the driver's side front door. You do have all your controls right here for power windows, power locks. There is some storage down here on the driver's door, but it is really not big enough storage for hold a water bottle. So let's take a look at some of the front storage. This is the center console. As you can see, my phone and wallet in there, and still plenty of storage area for other stuff. You do have 2 cup holders right there, and you also have more storage right up here. Show you some of the phone charging areas. So you do have 2 USB-C ports back here. So if you have 2 rear passengers, they can both be charging their electronics. And for the front driver and passenger, you also have 2 more USB ports for charging. And now if you take a look at the dash instrumentation, you see you have an all digital dash, and you can change the colors of this, which is pretty nice. And if you come over here a little bit to the right, that's kind of your media info center. You can do phone setup, valet mode, vehicle diagnostics. There's all kinds of stuff right there on a touchscreen. And what I really like is the climate area control. It's nice and big, it's easy to adjust. Even when you're driving, you barely have to look over at all. This is one of the most convenient climate control areas that I've kind of tested. A lot of them are really compact, they're hard to see, but this one is an exception. The base model Hyundai Tucson has a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder, 187 horsepower, 178 foot-pound of torque engine. It has an 8-speed transmission that is silky smooth. I'm not going to go over every feature and convenience on this vehicle, like speed sensing cruise control or different drive modes. All them kind of things I want you to discover on your own and be pleasantly surprised. When testing a base model vehicle, I always feel like the base model engine could use a little more power, but the Tucson, it has an exception. This has 187 horsepower and it doesn't really need any more. Having more would be fun, but the base model engine, to my surprise, has plenty of power. Let's go ahead and do a 0 to 60. Now, how does the Tucson compare relatively to some of the other cars I've recently driven? Let's take the Chevrolet Equinox. This is head and shoulders above the Equinox. It drives better, it rides better, it feels better, it's more refined, it has better fit and finish. Let's compare it to the Mazda CX-5. The CX-5 is a little bit smaller. Now the CX-5 does feel a little more sporty. So if you want that more of a sport kind of feel, go for the CX-5. I don't really care for the seat comfort in the CX-5. It kind of hugs you a little bit more, and long trips in the CX-5 are definitely not as comfortable as long trips in the Tucson. The Tucson is a little bit bigger as well, rides a little bit better than the CX-5, but you can't go wrong with the CX-5. Now I'd like to compare this to the new Toyota RAV4, but I've not driven that one yet. Also, the Kia Sportage is going to be kind of in the same area. I'll be testing that one here the next couple months. But as far as how I like this, it runs nice and smooth. The transmission is silky smooth. It has plenty of power. It has plenty of legroom. It's comfortable. It has great gas mileage. We're getting about 34 miles per gallon combined city and highway. Speaking of gas mileage, I can go about 425 miles on a tank of gas in this. So that means less fuel stops. So if you are in the market for a brand new mid-size SUV, the Hyundai Tucson should be at the top of your list. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.